Welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith Anderson.
And this is Chris Richards.
And today we are going to take you on a break from our Star Wars saga and do Wonder Woman 84, or WW84, which is a comic, right? It is a comic, right?
Was it?
Not Wonder Woman, but like Wonder Woman 84.
I have no idea.
So here's the thing. I was always under the impression that Wonder Woman 84 was a part of the comic. And that's why it was called Wonder Woman 84. Like, it's specifically, I'm assuming 1984, but specifically that. Or it was either a movie or something. That was my understanding of it. So I didn't know.
I honestly have no idea. Because I'm not that familiar with DC comic stuff.
That's fair. I was just, that's what I said. I was under the impression that it was just straight. Because everybody was like, oh, Wonder Woman 84, I can't wait. But it's like, so are you excited? So people didn't say like, oh, I'm ready for the sequel. They were like, Wonder Woman 84, I'm ready for that. And I'm like,
maybe then.
Like, people were really
or maybe
hyped about it.
People really love the 80s. Because I know people really love the 80s.
Okay. No, I hope not. If that was the case, 0 stars. But we don't rate in stars. So
you didn't like the 80s?
I mean, I was born in it, but
same. I don't remember a lot of it.
Almost every 80s movie we watch, I hate, but there's that.
That's...
Spoiler alert from some other shit that we're going to watch later. Start that back up. Anyway.
Back to the Future?
What? No. Love it. Take me back there.
To the future.
Yes. In the 8s. Either way.
What?
I'll go back to the 80s to go back to the future for Back to the Future.
Okay.
As long as, MJ Fox is my guy and Christopher Lloyd's my other guy.
Mary Jane Fox.
Yeah. Even better. Hate that. Either way, let's see. Today, Wonder Woman is brought to you by a classic, grape slushie.
So good.
We love grape around here.
I do.
Honestly, this is the only grape thing I like.
No?
Seriously.
No, that's fair. It's one of my favorite flavors of thing.
No, you say that, and I'm like, man, I don't like grape.
Because there's like real grapes.
Don't like those
that
either.
Are like the red grapes are pretty good. Green grapes are good. The purple ones I don't really care for as much. And then you got grape flavored candy. Kicks the shit out of a real grape, in my opinion.
It is better than a real grape, but that's it.
Okay.
I mean, but it's like Pam. I double my sales. What? 1 to 2? Yup. So it's kind of, that's how I feel about it. It doubles the flavor.
It is better.
From shit to less shit?
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry.
We didn't have to choose grape. You agreed to grape.
I like this.
Okay.
But that's it.
It's going to be Starburst again.
No. This is Grape 84.
I don't think there's a grape Starburst.
I don't think so either. Good though.
Not like a regular packet anyway.
I don't want
some like weird offshoot packet.
I don't want a grape. Whatever we just said, Starburst. No. I'm okay with that. But this grape slushie is kind of like my kid. I don't really like kids, but I like my kid.
Okay.
So this is my.
There you go.
That's how I'm gonna put it. And everything else, because like grape Jolly Ranchers, disgusting. Don't like them. I just don't. I don't like Jolly Ranchers to begin with.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Jolly Rancher guy.
Chewy got Jolly Ranchers though. I'll take.
Oh, like
the little circles, yeah, the little lifesaver gummies or whatever. Oh, I guess those are lifesavers.
Same thing on that though, yeah.
So
gummy savers, amazing,
great,
and they come in so many wacky off the wall flavors and stuff.
Facts.
Regular lifesavers.
No, they're not that great. Plus, they will cut you up. Yeah, seriously. Jolly Rancher, actually, the Jolly Rancher gummies aren't that good either, honestly. Now that I think about it. Because I think they're sour or something like that. There's something different about that, though. Yeah, no. I'm not. But either way, this can be a candy podcast, I guess. Again.
Can it be?
For another time. This 5-hour episode is brought to you by Grape.
From the makers of Cherry.
Boom.
It's grape.
Also, brought to you by Grape. There will be spoilers in this episode. So please Be aware, there are spoilers. You have been warned.
Yeah, this is the newest movie that we've reviewed.
Yes, came out Christmas.
At this point, it's what, 3 days old?
At this point, we're taping it's 3 days old. You'll probably get it sometime.
You'll get it when you get it.
In a couple days. And then it's still going to be pretty new. It's not even a week old when you're going to get this.
Yeah.
You have been warned.
So you have, spoilers follow.
If you do not want spoilers... do not listen.
Skip to the end.
Come back and listen, but don't listen to this one.
Yeah.
Wait a week or until you see it. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah, still listen to this episode.
Also,
just see the movie. See the movie first.
Yeah, see the movie first. Also, to plug HBO Max, just go get your 7-day trial.
Sponsor us.
And then also make sure
a free membership.
Then also make sure you cancel after your 7-day trial, or you will be like me and have it for 2 months, and you don't really have it for 2 months. That's a whole nother story. But or use your sister's, like I'm using my sister's account. Either way, piracy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've been warned.
Thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers. Need some likes. So let's start with the plot. Chris.
All right. Spoilers to follow for the plot of Wonder Woman 84.
Facts.
Just in case you're joining us now on the live stream for this episode. Spoilers.
Almost that grape slushy coming out of my nose.
Spoilers are about to come out of my nose.
Facts.
All right. Wonder Woman 84 is set in 1984. The original was set, 1919?
Yeah.
1920, something like that.
World War I.
So we're like a good
60
to 70 years, I'm not good with numbers, later into the history of the world. You open with what is it? You can see young Diana again.
Yep.
Back on Themyscira doing some kind of Amazon. I don't know how many events there were. Let's just say for ease of use, decathlon.
Fair.
Because there were a few different things.
Yep.
American Ninja Warrior style thing. There was climbing and platform jumping and a battering ram that could have killed you. Horse riding, swinging, shooting arrows at targets and all kinds of shit. Swimming, diving, throwing javelins.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
Bow and arrow.
Yep.
I think we named 10 things.
I don't know. I wasn't counting how many things I said.
We did.
That's right. 10. 1.
Rounding up.
2. 10. You're dead. Anywho. She goes through this whole thing. Partway through it, she loses her horse. According to the rules of the thing, she cheats. Doesn't win or isn't allowed to finish because she's told nothing good. Was it nothing good comes from lies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which comes up way later in the movie.
I just got it.
Way later in the movie. Because the whole movie, I was waiting for that to come back.
I forgot.
Yeah. There you go.
I was enthralled in the movie, and I was like, when you said it, I was like, oh,
I was waiting. I remembered it because the whole time we were watching, I was like, man, this better be important later.
Who would have thought something in the beginning of the movie ties into the end? I'm dumb.
No.
I'm dumb.
No. But I forget what year that was. Anywho, cut to the 80s. Everyone looks great in a perm and shoulder pads. Leg warmers, leotards.
And color.
Everything's bright and colorful. Everyone's got giant, like, off-the-shoulder sweater, baggy things on, and giant hair scrunchies. Arcades exist in malls. There was a Rampage cabinet in the back of that mall arcade, and I think I pointed it out during the thing, because it got excited.
We will have to watch.
I'm super down. I would love to do that.
Are we doing anything after Star Wars?
I don't think so.
Did we say?
We are now.
Rampage?
Let's do Rampage.
Don't forget. I'm going to forget.
I will.
Because we've done this before.
I'll have to write it on something.
But then we're going to lose.
I know. Add it to the list. And then burn the list. I still have like a 3-page list of movies that we said we're going to watch. And I think the only one of them that I watched on my own, aside from ones I haven't seen a million times already, is Last Action Hero. That movie's so good.
Hello.
But it's not what we're talking about today, unfortunately.
She was almost the Last Action Hero.
What part was I at again? Oh, yeah, the malls. There's 1980s. The mall is the newest thing in the world, and there's a crime at one. I don't know if that's true. I just remember I just remember watching season 3, I think, of Stranger Things, and they make a big deal about a mall going into their town, and then they seem like it's a new thing in the 80s, so maybe it is. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
I thought I learned something. I was like, oh, shit.
I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
Even better.
It's all. I'm not making stuff up. It's all things I've, quote, learned from watching TV and movies about fictional things.
TV is king.
About the fictional decade that was the 80s. Because nothing real happened then. No spaceships blew up or anything.
Oh, shit.
There's a crime at a mall. It's thwarted by a mysterious female savior who kicks the shit out of everybody involved and saves children and swings around like some kind of a Spider-Man and saves the day. But everyone apparently gets like a wink and a nod and is told, like, oh, you didn't see me. Because all the news reports, they're like, hey, everyone's talking about this mysterious woman, this mysterious, wonderful woman who's saving the day all over. I wonder how old she is. Saving the day all over this city, but no one knows who she is. Yeah, so she saves the day at the mall, and it seems to be business as usual for Diana Prince in the 80s. Kicking ass, sort of undercover, as long as people don't tell on her, and living a fairly normal life as, what was she, like an archaeologist of sorts for like a museum?
I think so.
Like curator or something?
Yeah, because she did that in Batman vs. Superman 2.
Yeah.
Or also.
Yeah.
Not 2. There was no 2.
Batman vs. Superman 2.
There will be no 2.
Batman wins in this one. No, he doesn't.
Oh, I was like, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, in 2. Yeah.
No,
in the fictional 2.
Yeah, in the one that doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Lego Batman might. But he might. Come on. It's getting away from me. A mysterious gemstone turns up at the museum that she works for, and some nerd that works there, was it Barbara Minerva, Professor Nerd, is there. She's a gemologist, geologist, zoologist. I forget what else she said.
Cryptozoologist.
Yeah, cryptozoologist. So she probably would be pretty interested in an Amazon or a Kryptonian.
Well,
if they had landed
that's
yet.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, she is studying the stone. It turns out to be something that grants you wishes. Pedro Pascal shows up. He's an oil tycoon who may or may not be full of shit. He knows what this thing is. He's been studying it for a long time. Wants it. Eventually gets his hands on it because once the nerd gets her hand on the stone, she accidentally wishes to be like Diana, and suddenly she's the hot chick who's not used to getting any attention, so he puts in the least effort I've ever seen for someone to charm a woman, and it goes all the way. As far as it'll show you in a comic book movie anyway, of this level, they probably had sex. I don't know.
Oh, they did.
He gets this while he had it behind his back the whole time. I could have sex with you with one hand tied behind my back. Is probably what he said. But he uses the stone to wish for a bunch of shit that it turns out isn't so good. Diana accidentally wishes for something that I wish hadn't been spoiled in the trailers. So, spoiler alert, she wishes back her dead boyfriend accidentally.
Trevor.
Chris Pine.
Yeah.
And they have a little adventure. Globetrot a little bit. Pedro Pascal was the main villain, surprisingly to me, in this.
Fair.
Because I'd already seen a trailer for the movie, I assumed that I didn't even know he was in it, for one.
Yeah, they didn't show him.
He was the best kept secret of this movie because they were all about showing Kristen Wiig's character and all the different phases of her in the trailer, and even Wonder Woman's big costume change.
Yep.
But they're like, Pedro Pascal's in this? Don't tell anybody. The Mandalorian is hot right now.
Fair. I agree with
Why
that.
Why wouldn't you tell people that the star of that show is in this movie?
Yes. They should have.
But
Well, I guess if you think about it, but that wouldn't have mattered. They would have gave away the wish thing. But honestly, if they would have just went along with that,
they could have just showed him. They could have just shown you him walking around in his suit, looking sweet.
I think they could have showed him and him trying to get all the things, not saying wish.
Yeah.
And left Kristen Wiig on the back burner.
Yeah.
Showed her a couple times.
They could have shown his opening TV promo thing of him being the oil tycoon guy. Mm-hmm. And that could have been the lead in for the trailer. And they couldn't have not even touched on it again.
Yeah.
But I don't make movie trailers.
I think they could have just did that and then showed him, instead of saying wish, just showed him and I'll take your whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they're going with them and I'll take this and I'll take, and people immediately succumbing to his power. And you're like, holy shit, why is he so powerful?
So charming.
And then Kristen Wiig is just she's damsel in distress the entire time. And then all of a sudden, maybe you see her I don't know, because you got to do something.
Murder a homeless man.
Fair. When she broke the refrigerator door.
Oh yeah.
Wait, who is this? Oh, she's an Amazon. Get into the movie, you're like, I was led astray.
Yeah, for once.
How exciting would that be?
Yeah, to be fooled by a trailer.
Let me make some goddamn trailers.
Right.
Because I still would want to see that movie that I described. It's still Wonder Woman.
Because there's no other Amazons in this movie.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty much the plot. He ruins the world, or he's about to ruin the world for his own gain, and Wonder Woman steps in to stop him, and she has to give up what she got back, and tries to convince everyone else to do the same.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the plot without telling you the whole movie.
That's fair.
Basically. But that's the plot.
Okay.
And I'll throw it over to Keith for the cast.
All right, young cast. Okay, first up we have the how do you say that word? Titular?
Yes.
The main character. How about that? I'll just stick with that. I'll cut the rest. The main character, Diana Prince, is Wonder Woman. There is a stark difference between the two, as told to us by the closed captioning.
Yes.
Gal Gadot. Did we ever figure it out?
I don't know.
I'll say it.
Let's do the. I'm going to see if I can look it up.
Okay.
On the internet, and the internet say it for us.
While you do that, I'll just go ahead and say it. Gal Gadot.
If you're not pronouncing the letter T, you're making a mistake. You should be saying Gadot.
I don't think that's right.
I don't know.
Did she write that?
No.
Then I don't believe it. She's foreign. They don't pronounce a lot of letters.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't care.
Instead of saying her name as Gal Gadot or Gadot, you should be saying Gal Gadot. The actress showed Jimmy Kimmel how to correctly say her name, telling him to emphasize the T a bit more.
Okay. Gadot.
There's no T in the first part. Galt Gadot.
I don't care about any of that.
Good day.
That's what I was waiting on. There it is. Let's see.
It's a callback for you.
All right, next up.
Vintage Slushie review right there.
Fair. Next up, spoiler alert, that was spoiled in the freaking trailer. Because my trailer that I described.
Also the cast.
Did not. Or also the plot,
I should say.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. It did not.
No.
At all.
No.
I didn't mention him at all.
Didn't.
We'll get there. Chris Pine is Steve Trevor. A couple times in my likes and dislikes, maybe.
Ooh.
I say Trevor, and then I was like, oh, Steve. I didn't know his fucking name because he was dead. Either way, next up.
He's still technically dead, I think.
Either way. Next up, we have Barbara Minerva, Kristen Wiig, the SNL alum. She was in Bridesmaids, which Chris hasn't seen.
Nope.
She was also in the new Ghostbusters. Have you seen that?
I didn't. I wanted to see it.
Oh, it was good.
I didn't.
It was actually really good.
See,
Thor was in it.
Yeah, I heard so many people say it was shit.
You know why?
Because it was a female leading cast, and it was a remake of a classic so-called 80s movie. It's like they never saw Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, same.
Which wasn't that great.
And people love it.
Apparently. They love to fucking show it on TV every day.
Yeah.
On cable.
I honestly believe the only reason why people didn't like it is because they were all women. And I thought it was hilarious.
Man, I would
Leslie
be
Jones
to agree with you.
is funny. Kristen Wiig is hilarious. What's the one other girl? The blonde chick.
She
does Justin Bieber on SNL.
Shit.
She's hilarious.
Kate McKinnon?
Yep, Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
And then isn't
it Melissa McCarthy? Is she in it?
Yeah.
And then Thor.
And Thor. He's hilarious.
What's not to like about that? Isn't he like their bumbling eye candy assistant guy?
Yes. Which is if you work it backwards, if you flip everything on its head, people are like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah.
Because you got all the components of everything.
You can't sexualize a man in a piece of media. It's impossible.
God, I can't believe you guys would do that.
It's impossible. Can't be done.
It's fucking stupid. Anyway, let me get on. Let's see. We got next up, Maxwell Lord, Pedro Pascal, Mandalorian fame.
This is the way.
Game of Thrones fame. That's pretty much all.
Probably some other stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna click on it.
Less nerdy things.
Yeah, fair.
Never canceled Game of Thrones. It's a crossover hit.
Same. Let's see. We got some comeback returning characters. We have Robin Wright as Antiope. Maybe. She's the trainer for young Diana Prince when she's on the island of Themyscira. We have Connie Nielsen, her mom. I'm sorry, Diana's mom. Hippolyta. She's pretty good.
That's an alright name.
Yeah, that's all I got. Let's see.
I didn't realize this was the same person from the first one.
Who?
The kid that played her. Lilly Aspell.
Oh, is it?
I just clicked on her. I didn't realize she was the same.
She kind of did look the same.
I thought so, but I was like, kids.
Yeah. I guess it was only like 3 years ago that the other one came out.
That's fair.
So, I mean, she was...
Which is weird to think about.
Yeah. She was like 8, so maybe she's 11 now. That makes sense.
That's really weird to think about. That movie's only 3 years old.
I guess 3? Is it really 3?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I clicked on it. It said 2017.
Hey. My timeline's perfect.
Impeccable.
Always. Other than that, though, I don't really know anybody else. So, yeah.
There's not a lot of other important moving parts in this movie.
Honestly, no. Even if you know them, they're not really important to the movie.
There's such characters as televangelist.
Yes.
Handsome man.
Yep. Dangerous drunk.
Competitor. Buzz cut.
Fair.
Flat top.
I love it.
Flat top.
Wait till you get down to this guy, Andy Riddle. This is hilarious. You'll see
Andy Riddle.
You'll see
if
it.
I went past him.
Nah, he's an orange head kid.
Oh, yeah, the Donkey Kong nerd. Yeah, I saw
Donkey Kong geek. Maul.
I do like that these guys got credit for being in their photos. Samir,
do they? Where?
Samir, Charlie, Chief, and Etta. They were all like the war buddies from the first one.
Yeah. Oh, at the end or something? I didn't see it. I didn't see it
on the cast list.
Yeah.
It's after a few nobodies. On mine, it's like just before. They're like 4 or 5 people before Donkey Kong Geek.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. So it was up there. Okay, I was right there. Well, hey, good for them, man.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
They got credit for it. At least on IMDb, they did.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
I mean, we also recognized them in the movie in their photos.
Yes, we did.
Which I thought was neat.
Yeah, I was like, hey. Okay, I see a photograph. Okay, nice. Well, good for them. Okay, so that was a cast. Likes. Young Chris.
I get to go first?
Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I'll go first if you'll allow it.
No, absolutely. I personally believe we have different likes. I believe we have different dislikes as well.
That's entirely possible.
I do believe that. And I'm excited to see what you think of this movie.
First, I'm excited to see what I think of this movie also.
Okay.
I'm also excited to see what you think of it.
Thank you.
First like for me is Pedro Pascal. I really liked him. I thought he was like a charming, charismatic bad guy.
Yes.
He wasn't out there like throwing punches. He wasn't like a big monster dude who's just like, all right, I have the same powers as her and I'm going to beat the shit out of her. Yeah. I don't think he himself like harmed anybody.
No, in the movie. He pushed some people out the way.
Yeah,
that was it.
He did more damage to himself in this movie than anyone else did to him.
And not to mention that you didn't even know that was him at first.
Yeah, when he first was on the TVs, you were like, "There he is," and I was like, "What?" Because I guess I blinked and missed it, even though he was on like a bunch of small screens. I just wasn't really paying that close of attention yet. Yeah. I was also trying to eat my curly fries. But yeah, once like he walked onto the set, like onto the screen as himself, it was like, oh shit, there he is.
Because he didn't have a beard.
Because he didn't have a beard, I was like, oh, he's got like a super baby face with no beard. He looks really different.
Agreed.
And I loved him. He wore the hell out of those suits.
Facts.
I don't know. I liked that. I liked the, I don't know, like fast talking 80s scumbag. Even though he wasn't like he didn't seem like a scumbag at first until he got a taste of power and he was like, oh, I can use this to make all kinds of stuff go my way.
Yeah.
He was, well, I mean, the first thing he did when he got his hands on the wishing stone was wish himself to be the wishing stone. So all he had to do was like, you know.
That was pretty ingenious.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it didn't really work out for him, unfortunately.
No.
Until it almost did. Until he almost destroyed. Until he almost caused a nuclear holocaust.
Great.
But yeah, because it really was not working out for him for a while. Because every time he made a wish for somebody else come true, like you'd see like a little blood come out of his nose or out of his ear at one point, or his eyes were just getting real bloodshot, or his face was getting like gray and cracked and scaly. He looked like it was killing him.
Well, it was.
And he was like coughing up shit and all kinds of stuff. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, wait, I'll grant your wish and I take some of your life force, or I take some of this from you, or I take some of that. And
he didn't get to that till the end.
Yeah, but at the very end. Because right before that, he was like, oh, I take your wish and I give your power to Cheetah.
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig's character. He's like, I'm going to beef her up since she's willing to put herself on the line for me to keep me going, because if I'm going, she's going.
Fair.
If I'm eating, she's eating. So she's going to do her best. I'm going to give her a little bit.
You know, I didn't realize that he was dying because of that until who explained it? Diana explained that it takes your most treasured possessions. And if you notice in the beginning, he kept asking for vitamins. Mm-hmm. His health was really important to him.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand at first.
I think it was like the first couple wishes he granted, he like touched his head like right above his eye, like at his temple, like oh, that didn't,
migraines or something.
Something hurts, yeah. But yeah, like the supplements thing, like he seemed like he was trying to take care of himself.
Yeah.
And then this thing just started killing him, and then he figured out a way to have it all, kind of.
There it is.
I just thought he was a really cool villain because he wasn't your typical, like your prototypical comic book movie villain who can be solved with punching. Because we did have one of those.
Yes.
But it wasn't him.
No.
And I just thought he was really good at it.
Agreed.
I said it before, he looked dope in those blue pinstripe suits. It was great. He wore the hell out of those suits. Shoulder pads or otherwise.
Loved it.
Other likes. I like the soundtrack because I like 80s music. And there was a lot of synth going on. There was a lot, like outside of like the Wonder Woman theme that played every time some action kicked up. When they were at that party, it's like that real synthy music playing and like that. Oh, I love 80s music apparently. I really dug the soundtrack.
AC/DC?
No.
Oh. Sorry.
You don't try it. You tried it. It's all right. You tried it. There was some AC/DC out of my car on my way over here, and I turned off the radio.
He crashed his car.
I pulled my own car radio out and threw it out the window. And I turned off the radio and turned on Spotify and turned on the Bluetooth.
Oh, okay.
And I forget what I've listened to. Because I don't have premium yet because I'm still holding out. So it was whatever it felt like playing for me.
That's fair. I like it.
But other likes, I really like Kristen Wiig.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed her as Barbara Minerva / Cheetah.
Yeah.
I really thought it was kind of like the stereotypical like nerd girl takes off her glasses and everyone realizes she's beautiful. That happens a lot.
That's
especially
why I got contact.
It also happened a lot in the 80s.
Yes.
Apparently. In like every 80s movie. I guess it kind of held true in this.
It did.
Because you didn't really get a good look at her body before she made the wish. Because after she made the wish, like she wakes up and she's like, she seemed like she was kind of moving around, like her clothes fit differently, and like she took her skirt off and she just had like leggings underneath, and she like kind of slung her shoulder or her sweater off her shoulder a little bit, showed a little shoulder, and everybody went nuts for her.
Yep.
Had like that messy hairdo, and I was like, oh, ooh.
I know your hair looked like this yesterday.
Yeah.
But today.
Like, girl, did you take those glasses off? Because you look the same. I don't get it, but I still liked her the way she did it. Because she, she's walking around in heels. You're like, oh, I don't know why I wear heels, but I'm supposed to wear them. Falls over, drops her books, and all the cool geologists walk past her and don't help her pick her shit up. The cool scientist with his collar popped up and his aviators hanging off of his shirt. We're like, yeah, whatever, man. We're gonna go get some za and play
Tubular.
some Ultimate. And they might have said tubular because it was the 80s.
They should have.
Get some za and play some Ultimate Frisbee. That is at the food court. I don't know what cool people did. I don't know what they do now. They probably don't make podcasts about movies. Too far. But no, I thought she was really good in general. Before she was powerful, she seemed like she was not self-confident, but like at least a nice person. And once she got the power, that's what it took away from her. She's like, because she wished to be like Diana. Before she knew she was Wonder Woman, she's like, man, I wish I could be like her. Innocuous little wish that anyone's probably made about someone they admired that she'd known for like 5 minutes. She's like, I wish I could be like her. And then suddenly, dude harasses her and she fucking throws him through a truck almost.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, because he had harassed her earlier in the movie and she had to get saved. She was super damsel in distress. And she got saved by someone who was also playing the damsel in distress role in this movie a little bit. I'll get to that later. But I liked Kristen Wiig. I thought she has that like awkward funny thing that a lot of people enjoy.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she was very funny. I thought she was convincing in both her role as like the damsel in distress nerd character, who was pretty likable, and then also as like the villain character, who I didn't find super unlikable for a little bit.
Fair.
Because she just, it didn't seem like it was a malicious thing at first. She's like, I just want to be my own person. Like, I just don't want to be... Well, at first she's like, I want to be like you. And then later in the movie, she's like, I don't want to be like anyone.
Yeah.
I want to be like nothing that's ever been before. And that ended up with her turning into a Thundercat. But I still liked her character.
Fair.
I liked Chris Pine. More on that later. I liked him. I liked Chris Pine. I loved his line about the phone book being future-proof technology. I also... The fight at the end, the power line fight, or like the power plant fight with Diana and Cheetah, and they were like spinning around on her, between like her lasso and the power lines. Amazing. It looked really sweet, especially the way the lasso was glowing and everything else was pretty dark. It wasn't quite like blue and orange, but I still liked it. You could probably hear Keith's eyes roll
my God.
through the microphone on that line.
Barrow Road.
And on that, I'm going to hand it over to Keith for the likes.
I'm going dislikes now. Blue and yellow. Okay. Okay, so my likes. We actually had a couple of the same.
I knew we'd have the same, at least for Pedro. At least I feel like for Pedro Pascal, because I think we both really liked him. I thought anyway.
Pedro Pascal.
He sucked.
The Mandalorian. He was good. He was good. He was really good. I really did like his screen presence. I like the fact that he, like you said, he wasn't like your ordinary punch 'em up villain. And those villains are always good because, they're just like, they defeat you with I'm not going to say with your least powerful thing because that's your brain, but like kind of for most superheroes, yeah, because they always outthink them. Always. Yeah. Even Batman, he gets outthought as well a lot.
Outthinked?
Yeah, I was going to say that. And I was like, yeah.
Outthoughted.
Thought. Or thunk. Is that a word?
Thunked.
Clerpunk. Or whatever.
Kerpunch. Her leg broken.
Gee,
I knew we were going to get back to Batman in this podcast. I knew if there was going to be one episode that was going to get us talking about Batman, or at least mentioning it was going to be this one.
I was just thinking about the yeah, that's fair. I was just thinking about the mind games. I was like, yeah, okay. But anyway, he was a great, like you said, the suits were amazing. He was good. His baby face, and then here's the thing. My personal, what I liked about him was his backstory that they showed at the very end, as opposed to the beginning. I thought that was just great. His backstory was his mom was getting beat by his dad. He was shown no love. They showed him getting, I don't know if he was abused, but they showed him getting at least verbally harassed by his dad. Then they showed he got picked on because he spoke Spanish. And then he got picked on because he was smaller. Then he just didn't.
It seemed like he was poor.
He was definitely poor, for sure.
They're making fun of the food he was eating, the shoes he had that were holes in them and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot about the shoes. Yep. His toes were actually sticking out. And I like stuff like that. I connect with. But then what I thought was a great change is Pedro Pascal, whose name is Hispanic. If you don't know he's Hispanic, you kind of don't know he's Hispanic. So they show him being harassed for being that way. And then when he starts his business, he's clean shaven. He has blondish hair.
Mm-hmm. At least highlights.
Yeah, at least highlighted hair or whatever. But it's not dark hair. It's not like black hair.
Yeah, because when they showed him as a kid, I was like, is this his son?
Yeah.
For a split second, I was like, is this his son's character? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, this is not.
Yes. And then it was him. And then his son in the movie was treated the same as he was in the movie. Same thing. He just wanted his dad's love, et cetera, et cetera, but he had black hair. And so when they showed him starting his business right from the beginning, he's just blonde hair, blue eye, white guy. And it's like, hey, is there a way to fit in? This is how you do it. And to me, I was like, whew, that's right there on the nose, and I love it. I think things like that are, because that's more realistic than a lot of, movies get. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he was pushed down, he was bullied. Like, yeah, okay, that happens, but then that part, people don't just transition into being bullied or from being bullied to bullying other people. People don't usually transition that way. Something drastic happens, and him turning into what he wouldn't say he was white if you asked him, but he wouldn't deny it if you just said it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people in the world like that. But either way, so that whole reveal at the end was great. I thought that was amazing, just for his character and him and his acting. And then the fact that at the end he got kind of some redemption for loving his son. I thought that was pretty good. I thought he did a great job with it.
Yeah.
So
he just wanted to be a good dad at the end of the movie.
At the end of it, I mean, honestly, all of his motivation was about him wanting to be a good person. He was just doing dumb shit to be that. You know what they say. What do they say? I don't know.
Is it
like, the road to hell. Yeah, the road to hell is paved with good intentions or something. Yeah. Which I don't understand that, but every time someone goes bad, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how. But then when people do good intentions for good, and I'm like, well, they didn't go
how did that backfire?
Yeah, like
how could this be a problem?
Right. It's like, should we never have good intentions? I don't know. This isn't philosophy.
I guess you should have bad intentions to do good things.
We're doing an opposite thing. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm gonna beat you up so you get some insurance money. That's a good and bad thing, I guess. I don't know.
And I get my anger out. Win, win, win.
Yeah. Cut of that check.
Next, Cheetah. I thought Kristen Wiig did an amazing job.
Yeah.
It was funny because I told Chris this at the beginning that I saw somebody on Twitter say something about the nerdy person trope in movies. I don't hate it.
No.
I really don't. I don't mind it.
I try to embody that trope in real life.
Because literally, that's why I got contacts.
Fucking nerd.
I look 1,000 times different when I put my contacts on. Mm-hmm. People are like, didn't even know that was you. And I'm like, that was the goal. Not that I look horrible or I think I look horrible with glasses. I just, without context, people were just like,
you don't look like a ditto without them.
I don't. My eyes aren't sunken in my head.
I feel like I kind of do.
No, you don't. I don't.
I'm gonna take them off right now and see what happens.
He never took them off, guys.
Look the same. I couldn't tell. The glass in the room just broke.
I couldn't tell. Same.
We're not doing it in the same room. Again, we've never met.
So either way, I thought her transformation, and it wasn't even right away, which I thought was amazing. The way it worked was she was at her desk, sleep, after the wish, somehow, some way, and she had on a big fluffy skirt, sweater.
It's after a night of vigorous lovemaking with Pedro Pascal. After he stole that rock from her.
No, that wasn't the first time.
Oh no, that's right.
Yeah, he didn't get it until
that's right. Because then she
after the party.
Yeah, because she wasn't used to the attention, and then he was like, "Hey, baby."
Yeah, the first time was after he came to the office, and then Diana made him leave, and then she goes in. She's like, "Oh, I want to be like Diana."
Yeah.
Fell asleep. She had the same, stuff she had on before, and it was like a big pink sweater, and her skirt was probably about 40 inches wide or whatever. And then she took that off, had the leggings, then pulled the sweater down. It was still baggy, but the shoulder is just...
What's the style at the time?
Listen, female flesh, apparently. It's like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. And you took... she didn't even have the glasses off. Mm-hmm. But either way, so she, I think and then her turn, so it was like gradual. Then she ended up having sex with Pedro. Implied sex.
We saw it.
Which I don't know the difference. And then, then after she woke up after that, she was ravenous after a day of lovemaking. Took the fucking door off the refrigerator, and then she's like, wait a minute. Then after that, she was running down the street, and then she had gotten attacked before, and now she's like, wait a minute. Stop bothering me. He goes, no. And then she fucks him up, and I love it.
After he starts it again.
He does.
Because he's like, where? Oh, yeah, I remember you. Where were we?
Yeah.
And reaches toward her with, kind of toward her neck and shoulder area with both hands. Like, okay, well, you got to expect at least a can of Twisted Tea coming right at you. At least, at
the very least.
We didn't have any of that back in the day, so it was just a good old truck.
It was just threw him away. So that was great. So I like Kristen Wiig, and then her transformation at the end to Cheetah, it just was so good. She looked good. So there's that. Let's see. My next, I like the opening competition. Okay. I like that whole entire scene. I don't know why, but I really loved it. Because we joked in the very beginning, this looks like the first movie. Where she was just, as a kid, running through the fucking jungles of Themyscira, doing her thing. And she pops up to this competition, and she's like, you're going to be the youngest, and blah, blah. And I'm like, I love it.
By a wide margin.
Oh, for sure. And she was just dusting him right off the front. I was like, okay. Yeah. And in my head, I was going to say this out loud, but I was too enthralled in the movie. But I was like, listen, as a 30-something-year-old that I am now, if a 10-year-old starts beating me right off the rip, I'm tripping her.
At what? Oh,
running.
Like in that?
In running.
Assuming I could catch them? probably agreed.
I feel like I should be able to catch every 10-year-old. I do feel that way. Listen.
I can guarantee you that I could not.
13, 14? Okay.
I'm not fast.
But
I'm not built for speed.
I'm not either. But a 10-year-old? No. I'm sorry. I'm tripping her. Because she out the gate, she was out. I was like, oh.
She was gone.
I was like, oh my God. Like, these people will never catch her. And they almost didn't, actually.
Yeah.
But either way.
The horse just screwed her up.
Well, no, she screwed up by looking behind her, and she got clotheslined. The clothesline is always going to fuck you up. So
clothesline from hell, from a tree.
It came out of nowhere. She was surprised. That's for damn sure.
Sure wasn't looking.
But yeah, so that whole opening scene, and then the whole like she cheated. It was funny because we were talking about that. It's like, man, like this is kind of she didn't do because I said it. I was like, she didn't do the smoke, blah blah blah, and then she comes out of nowhere and she's in first place. Like. Something's not right.
I was like, how did she get back in first place? Because she had to have had a large lead to begin with.
Well, the horse was still going along the path.
Yeah, but it didn't seem to be going that fast without her.
Well, they caught up to her.
Yeah, they did. They catch up to her pretty soon after she got on it.
Because she had that blue smoke way before everybody even got to the other smoke.
When she did the little slide thing, she was right by the target ring thing. She could have just like...
I saw that too.
But she didn't.
No, well, I mean, she's not thinking that way.
No.
So I was like, okay. But that whole scene and then her not being able to finish, I thought was great. I just thought it was a good lesson, and I loved it. I didn't realize till just now that it came back later. Mm-hmm. But it was good. And I was like, yeah, okay. What I like in a superhero movie, I want to know, do I? Let me think. I want to know what makes a superhero good.
What do I want?
Yeah. Because this is why she's good. She's good because she learned that the truth is the way. Like, this is the way, this is the light, as young Pedro would say. So I get it. I absolutely get it, and I appreciate it. Okay, my next like. I was correct in what I wrote. And it was an if. It was an if like. I was like, if this happens, I'm going to like it. So I said, if The Rock takes from one and gives to the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did say that.
I did.
When she had trouble with the lock on the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, Wonder Woman can't break a padlock. I was like, what the fuck?
Even though a couple scenes later, she was kicking a tank around like nothing.
But she was having trouble, though.
That's fair. She was exerting.
But yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, or what if it took from one to give to the... And I was like, ooh, this is great. I was a little off, but I was right. Mm-hmm. It took from the person who wished their whatever they valued the most,
I guess, yeah.
Which was her powers, her being able to help people, to give you what you wish for, which was Trevor. Steve Trevor. I keep wanting to say Trevor Noah. That's not the same
Different guy.
Different guy. Same, but different.
Just changed a little bit. Just tweaked it.
Just a little. But yeah, I was a little off. I thought because she wished it, because Cheetah wished it, they took it from her. But I wasn't too far off.
That's what I thought for a second. Also, yeah. I was like, because she mentioned her, I was like, oh, she's stealing her power.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Then I was like,
well, once you said that, I was like, oh, she's stealing her power.
Yeah.
Like, how's she gonna beat her? Is fucking Steve Trevor gonna help her beat her?
Yeah, that guy. By the way, he was taking down some Secret Service agents like they were nothing.
With a silver platter.
Hey, if you're going to use it, if you're going to get it.
Serving him up on a silver platter. He reached for a sword and she's like, no. Don't use that. Don't hit him with that sword.
Because they didn't deserve it. She's ultimately good.
I don't know if they deserve to get fucking walloped with a silver tray in the face
They
either.
also did not.
But...
that's neither here nor there.
I'm not a moral compass. I don't know.
But yes, I thought the whole Rock thing, it's going to go into a dislike too, to be fair. But not necessarily because of the Rock, but just because of, I'm going to talk about it later.
The Rock?
Never. Well, not never. But 99% of the time, the Rock can do no wrong.
Doom.
Never seen it.
Oh, don't.
I didn't like the game.
It wasn't good.
Didn't like the game, so I was like,
too.
No. I don't think I will.
Shit.
No. I was like, okay.
So there's your 1%.
They were like, ooh, Mortal Kombat. I was like, yeah. They're like, Doom. I was like, why would you? Why not a different movie? And then Street Fighter came out. I was like, okay, here we go. Little Dolph Lundgren of action.
Son of a bitch. You know they're making another Street Fighter movie.
I heard.
It's supposed to come out next year, I think.
I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to that.
I think I saw that.
I don't know who's in it.
Oh, wait, is it Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Yes,
I'm
I did.
Doing it again. Damn it. Yeah, Mortal Kombat movie. Sorry. Yes. I don't know who's in it, and I can't wait for a trailer to come out and spoil the whole fucking plot and ending.
Yeah.
And probably surprise me by, I don't know, somebody in it that
I wouldn't expect. Who?
I don't know.
Listen, I don't know. The only person they could put in it was
Shao Kahn.
Yeah, but that would be... He was in the second one. He was in the first one.
Yeah.
He was in both of them, I think. And so was Shang Tsung.
And Goro.
Sindel was in the second one.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know, the big surprise character would be, I don't know, I forget her name, Lady Goro.
Cybot.
Ooh.
If he showed up, I'd be like, wait a minute now. Because you can't beat me with Noob Cybot.
Or bring back Reptile, because he's my favorite fucking character in the franchise.
Well, he should definitely be in it. Listen, all the masked characters
because I'm guessing this is going to be like a reboot, not a...
No, it's going to be a reboot, yeah, for sure.
Not like a third...
No.
Third movie. No. Or just all the characters that haven't died yet.
If they made a third one...
They were running out of characters at a certain point.
Fair. I would, just to be cheeky, I would call it Mortal Kombat Flawless Victory. That would be amazing.
And it'd be a piece of shit.
Oh, it's going to be horrible. But just to do it. Because you had Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which it was, and then Flawless Victory. I would love it. Or either...
I just want to see Johnny Cage do a split and punch somebody in the nuts.
I'm over Johnny Cage.
But it would have to be somebody that I like playing him. I don't know
Tom
who it would
Cruise.
be.
Honestly, he should have been in the first one.
That's kind of who he's based on, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. He should have been in the first one, Simbu, and I'd have been like, okay, this is great. Mm-hmm. Seeing as how there were no stars in this movie. Tom Cruise, he would just be yelling at people.
I feel like there's not going to be any stars in this movie either because they haven't really talked about it a lot.
No. And plus, I heard some rumors that they said it's going to release in February, I believe, but that it's actually not. And I was like, wait, what? Like, why would they even say it if there's not going to be
2 months away?
Exactly. Someone was like, yeah, they haven't even shot it yet. I was like, wait the fuck.
What?
Yeah, this was all Twitter rumors. Either way.
Yeesh.
Back to Wonder Woman.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sidetrack
No, you're good.
You're
good.
The Street Fighter movie talk.
I sidetrack you all the time. You're good. Over for nothing. This was actually good. So this was good. What?
I said Street Fighter movie. I was waiting for you to say something.
That's hilarious. I let it be.
Just let the idiot talk.
So I think I'm stalling to get to my next like, but either way, The Rock. I thought it was a good storyline. I was happy about it. Boom. Next like. Mm-hmm. Chris is gonna hate me for this. He's not gonna hate me, but
impossible.
The Invisible Jet. I loved it. Okay. Spoiler alert, there's a invisible jet in this movie, and there's no other way they could have done it, and I loved it. I was like, okay. Because here's the reason why I like it. Just like you, I have no idea about her in the DC. I know who Wonder Woman is.
I knew she had an invisible plane in the comics.
I knew she had an invisible jet, just from Super Friends, or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
I knew she had an invisible jet. I knew she could fly. I knew she had the lasso of truth, which they called it something different in the first movie. Mm-hmm. Its actual name, but the lasso of truth. I knew she had the cufflinks. So I knew she had all these things. So to bring about that she can fly, and the fact that she has an invisible jet into this movie, I didn't see another way they could have done it. I thought it was amazing. And then her reasoning I thought was good. He said, I don't know what we're going to do. They're getting chased. Well, the whole scene was hilarious, first off. Steve Trevor flies this plane, and he's like, oh my God, I can't wait, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, they're after us. He's like, it's okay. The way I fly, they'll never find us. She goes, I don't know how to explain it, but radar. Well, shit, Diana.
Yeah. They'll find us.
He's like, they can find us even in the cloud. He was like, shit, that was my one move. That was my one move. That was it.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do I do now? And so she goes, Zeus or her father, I forgot what she said, Zeus or her father or something, hid Themyscira. And I've learned how to do it, but not on something this big. And I was like, okay, in the first one, Themyscira was hidden from the world in plain sight. Mm-hmm. And she said she could do it with a cup. And so she did it with the plane. And I was like, this is amazing. So I don't even know if that's in the comics, like her being able to know how to do that to the plane.
I have no idea.
But guess what? It was in the comics. And you know how everyone loves comic accurate movies.
Apparently. I mean, I enjoy it.
Until they do it. And then it's like, wait a minute, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can never believe an invisible jet. Batman being the strongest person in the world? Got it.
Apparently.
Understood. He knows everything. He's the richest man ever. And we don't know what his chin looks like. Easy. Invisible jet? Nope. I'm okay. I'm good. So either way, those are my likes.
Okay. All right, dislikes. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I mean, I don't know.
You go first. Because
okay.
I went first for likes. You go first for dislikes.
Dislikes. Trevor in the trailer. I didn't like Trevor. Steve Trevor, whatever his name is. Him being in the trailer pissed me off. Mm-hmm. They lost at least a good slushie off that, for sure. And then as soon as they said, any wish you, whatever, I was like, oh, I know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
As soon as he got, so...
I think we looked at each other like...
Yeah.
Like, that's how it happens.
I had figured it out, and I was smiling the whole time, and then he goes, oh, wait, and I look, and you look, I was like, you know what's about to happen.
Man.
I was like, you knew what was about to happen. As soon as she grabbed that fucking rock, I was like, oh, yeah, it's a wrap. Steve Trevor's coming right back. Yep. And because we've been trying to figure out for months. Okay, sort of.
Yeah.
That would have been, I think, better if they hadn't shown his face in the trailer.
Yeah. If
they had shown the other guy. And not say he was Steve Trevor, just
right, just been like a dude.
Yeah, just like another guy running around with him.
The guy that he was originally.
Yeah. So that kind of pissed me off. And I remember watching the trailer for Wonder Woman 84. And I saw Steve Trevor, and I was like, this doesn't seem right.
You got blowed up real good.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, and then Chris was like, have you seen the trailer? I was like, I've seen the trailer. I'm not going to say anything. I don't think you're going to like it. And I don't know if you text me or if we're doing a podcast or whatever.
I think I texted you about it.
You're like, what the fuck? Steve Trevor's back? How? I was like, I don't make the movies. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, because remember you telling me, you're like, I watched the trailer, and I was like, all right, so I can tell him, so he knows this. Yes. It's not going to be a surprise.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I watched it, yeah. She turns back, what? Who?
So, yeah, that pissed me off. I just don't like trailers. Not only that, while we were watching the movie, I was telling Chris, they showed Steve Trevor. They showed her suit change to the bat wing or whatever it was called, the golden wing. Mm-hmm. They showed Cheetah's final form. Mm-hmm. They didn't show Pedro Pascal.
They showed you everything but Pedro Pascal.
They were like, keep that motherfucker hidden.
And he was the one that they were saving, apparently.
Yes. I was like, dude.
For some reason.
When I saw the first trailer, I may have accidentally seen the second trailer, and then I stopped. I thought it was still the first one. And the second trailer had the cheetah reveal in it. The first one did not. I don't think. Maybe it did, though.
I don't know. I just knew she was in it because, like, all the media for it was like, oh, Kristen Wiig's in it as this character. And I was like, okay.
Like, cool, but...
That's fine.
Her final form was amazing, by the way.
It didn't look bad. When they first showed it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then, like, as it went on, I was like, okay, no, this actually looks really cool.
Did she have a tail?
Yes.
I still liked it. I was still impressed.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I was. And I'm okay with that. So, yeah, so...
I think she did. I'm pretty sure she did.
I think she did have a tail. So that dislike goes to my next dislike, which I'm assuming is really the same thing. But the fact that they showed it in the trailer and then tried to make him a big reveal pissed me off even more. Because even you said it, you're like, well, that would have been a surprise. I was like, yes.
Yeah, it would have been staring at the dude's face, and they
spin around,
rotate the camera like at least 3 times, and it was like, nope, still him, Chris Pine,
boom,
and I was like, oh,
that
could have been a great, big movie moment,
yes,
if they weren't like, hey kids, Guess who's back in the 80s?
Could you imagine?
With a little salt in his pepper.
Fair. Could you imagine you seeing Cap wield Mjolnir in the trailer?
I would have been so excited to see that, but it also would have taken away like one of my favorite movie moments of the last
that's what I'm saying.
Years.
No, I know you've been excited, but I'm saying though, if you would have saw that in the trailer, how pissed would you have been?
I probably would have been pretty pissed because I mean, the first thing I would have probably said like, I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
And then if we would have gone and seen it, like, I just would have waited the whole. I just would have waited the whole movie for it.
Yep.
I would have like, okay, so there's clearly going to be some big showdown at the end with everybody.
Yes.
It would have given away.
Yeah.
I mean,
it didn't even happen, and you're upset.
No,
like
that's pissing me off now. No, because in this one they didn't need to give it away.
They really
because
didn't.
the only things they showed in the trailer of Chris Pine was them trying on the outfits.
Yeah.
What do you think of this one? What do you think of this?
Yes.
Oh, we're in the 80s.
Yep.
Great. You could have not shown any of that and shown so many other things. They could have shown the wishing stone. Without saying what it is.
Yeah.
They could have shown they could have shown any of the action sequence on that road in Egypt.
Yeah.
Like the fucking trucks flying through the air and shit. And just not showing him
weird
sticking his head out of the truck.
Yeah, that too.
Because that's the kind of shit they usually show is like the slow-mo.
Yeah.
Like a big action scene. Like
but the thing is, they showed her just jumping when she was in the air. Mm-hmm. Every time. They could even show her flying. Honestly, I'd have been fine with that. I'd be like, okay, cool, she can fly. We knew that.
Or like swinging through the clouds with the lasso, like hanging on the lightning bolts or something.
Yeah.
Something.
Did you like that?
I didn't mind it.
Okay.
But at the same time, I was like, this seems impractical.
So honestly, I was like, man, he's gonna dislike this. That's what I felt,
and I was thinking it too. I really was thinking. I was like, man,
but I'm not mad about it.
It's like you gotta wait for a thunderstorm to really swing through the clouds, even though you were already swinging on the clouds.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, lightning bolts. Let me use those.
Yeah.
I don't care enough.
I know. I was like,
I don't care enough about that to give it a dislike.
That's what I said
it was
too.
Neat to look at.
I was like, okay. Because I knew I didn't dislike it.
I didn't like it enough to be a like, but I don't dislike it enough for it to be a dislike.
Okay,
it just happened.
Same. Okay, good. See, we come back together. I like it.
See?
Okay, so where was I?
Opposites attract.
One thing that you said in one of your likes is actually one of my dislikes. And that thing is, I thought it was too fucking dark in the last part of the fight.
That's fair.
Between Cheetah and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Plus, my glasses and my eyes they're doing a thing now, but they were doing a thing then, and I was like, man, I can't see shit. I was like, this is dark as fuck.
That's fair.
I was like, God damn, are they underwater? And then when they were underwater, I was like, it still looks the same.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't see anything. And I wanted to see Cheetah better. Yeah, my personal opinion.
They didn't give you a ton of really good looks at her.
They didn't, and I think there was a reason why. Because she was CGI. She had to been CGI.
Oh, she definitely was.
So I'm like, maybe they were trying to hide and just gave you like an outline, which looked good. But I wanted to see more light. And in the trailer, there was way more light on Cheetah, and you saw a lot of it. And so for it to be darker in the movie, didn't really like that.
That's fair.
That was just me. My last like has nothing to do with the movie. And it kind of goes into Slushie review, which I won't get into. But I am confused. And I can't wait until later when I read reviews for this movie. Mm-hmm. Because I don't like everyone's take on it so far. And I'm really... Because I saw a lot of things. I ended up having to mute some shit on Twitter, which we found out how to do.
Yeah, you taught me how to do that today. I like it.
And I just found out some things on Twitter about... And I'll just say it. Everyone hated this movie. And I don't understand. I'm really like... I'm probably, after we get done recording, I'm probably just going to go for like 2 hours and just read reviews after reviews, like type in Wonder Woman.
Piss yourself off.
Because I know I'm going to be upset. I'm not giving away my Slushie review, but at the same time, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. And then we saw the score on IMDb.
Yeah.
And that score, I'm pretty sure, is lower than Suicide Squad score. I'm sure there's a way we can find out.
I'm going to find out a way to find out right now.
I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't deserve it if that's the case.
Facts. And while you're doing that, how about I just look up Birds of Prey?
Nope, not that. Don't link me to the Suicide Squad, the movie that doesn't exist yet. Nice try, IMDb.
Oh, is that what it's doing?
It's tried to. It was the first one that came up, and I clicked on it because I'm an idiot. It is lower.
It is. What's lower?
It's Wonder Woman 84 has a 5.8, and Suicide Squad has a 6 out of 10.
Let that make you mad. Yep.
I mean, we don't base our ratings on other people's ratings, because if we did, we'd be out of business, let me tell you. The internet gave Birds of Prey a 6.1 out of 10. And they gave Suicide Squad a 6 out of 10.
Yep.
And they gave this movie a 5.8 out of 10.
That's been out for 3 fucking days.
That's been out for 3 days. And those movies have had a couple of years to simmer in their own garbage juices. Well, Suicide Squad Birds of Prey has had like 8 to 9 months, maybe, to simmer in its own garbage juices.
Same.
But Suicide Squad had enough time to learn from its mistakes and just go away.
Yeah.
And get a remake, apparently, or reboot, however you want to call it.
No, because she's in it.
With even more characters.
And you know what? I lied the other day. I didn't lie, but I was mistaken. I said Idris Elba was playing Deadshot. He is not. He is playing somebody totally different. I couldn't tell you who it is because, again...
Because who the fuck are these characters?
Same.
I only knew like 3 of them in the original one.
Yeah.
And there's more than twice the number of characters in the next one. And I probably still only know like 3 of them.
20. There's like 20. They were like, you know what? Forget quality. Quantity.
Yeah. Like, I know Harley Quinn. I know Deadshot because of the first one.
But he's not in it.
Oh, he's not even in it?
No, he's not in it at all.
Well,
Idris Elba, they were like, give us another black guy. We'll give him a different character.
I know Harley Quinn. I know King Shark. know...
Is Croc in it again? No, I don't think so.
They did King Shark as their CGI character. Yeah. And I think that's about it.
And it kind of looks shitty, by the way.
He looks goofy, and I heard that it's Taika Waititi is going to voice him, which I don't mind. Him.
He's funny.
I don't mind that part of it, at least.
Yeah.
Because I heard that's who it's going to be.
That's fair.
Because I think it's James Gunn doing the movie, right? Is like the director?
I can't be sure.
Because I think it is, and he's the one that did Guardians of the Galaxy, so I have a little faith in it. But we'll see what
Captain
happens.
Boomerang's in it again.
Same dude? Probably not. They should.
Okay, yes, he's the same guy. Yep. Same Jai Courtney.
That's good. Because they decided to bring him back in a fucking wanted poster in Birds of Prey.
Yeah, they did.
So it's good that they're keeping him around. So they kept 2 of the original cast?
They gotta keep somebody. Viola Davis is going to be in it again.
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone's in it?
I guess. John Cena's in it.
The Rick Flag is back. Same guy.
Okay. Didn't care about him.
Idris Elba is Bloodsport.
Okay. Don't know who that is.
Pete Davidson is Blackguard.
Don't know who that is.
Nathan Fillion, you know who that is.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
TDK.
Don't know who that is.
Michael Rooker.
I know who that is.
Savant.
Don't know who that is. Like, I know who the actors are, but I don't know who the characters are.
Yeah.
John Cena is, I forget.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, yeah. Don't know who that is. He's apparently getting his own series also.
Sean Gunn is in it.
Who's he playing?
Weasel.
Don't know. Is another CG character, I believe.
Oh, okay. And then Polka Dot Man. Right there. That's where. Let me stop you right there.
Who plays that? Abomination.
I don't know.
Human being, probably.
Oh, he's some weird dude. I know who he is. Oh, he was the in the Dark Knight. Mm-hmm. He was the guy who wore the Rachel tag from Arkham when they let out Arkham after they shot. They were at the parade. No, they were at the funeral.
You have a picture of him up for his name?
Yeah, it's David something. That guy. He looks familiar. He was in the back of the ambulance with Harvey when he tried to kill him.
Okay.
And he was like, he took him somewhere else, and Batman was like, "What if they found out you did this? This is just one of Joker's thugs." And that was his.
He looks familiar.
Yeah, it was that guy. So I don't know what else he's been in, but he's Polka Dot Man. So
I've heard of that character.
Have you?
Yeah.
They could have kept it for that matter. Yeah, I'm okay. Either way, this is way too far. But I don't remember.
They're taking characters and that apparently people don't really know well and trying to make them popular, which I think is what they actually did with the Guardians of the Galaxy, because I don't think those were well-known characters before the movies came out.
That's okay.
And
they did it with Iron Man.
It worked for them, and it worked for Iron Man.
Make a good movie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Make a good movie with like 4 characters, which you did in Guardians of the Galaxy before you tried to make a good movie with like 15.
Same.
But, we'll see. James Gunn did it with Guardians, so let's see what he does with Suicide Squad.
Fair.
I still probably won't see it at least in the theater. We'll see. Who knows?
Your dislikes, sir.
My dislikes. The invisible jet, only because I don't think it would make, unless there's some magic involved, which there probably is, it wouldn't be invisible to radar because of how radar works, because I just looked up how radar works. It sends out radio waves that bounce off of things and return to the sensor, and that thing, it reflects light because it's invisible, and when they're flying it through the fireworks, you could see it moving through them. So it's not like it doesn't exist anymore, and as soon as it turned invisible, it completely vanished off their radar screens. So that's my gripe with that.
So now here's the thing. What about every other invisible jet?
Are there other invisible jets?
The Quinjet. Okay. That turns invisible. The jet from X-Men.
Yeah.
Like, so what... So that's my thing. Well, I don't know.
In the movies, I don't remember it turning invisible. I mostly remember them be like, "Oh, Storm, we need some cover," and she whip up like a bunch of clouds and shit.
But I thought the clouds didn't matter for radar.
Apparently, from what I read, apparently it can hit clouds and like dense clouds and precipitation. Mm-hmm. It can also reflect it back, so like it could mess with it a little bit.
Okay. What about the Quinjet? Now, Quinjet disappears.
In Quinjet, in which
Avengers.
Movies? Disappears. In which one?
I thought all of them.
I know it flies into fucking space.
It does, but I thought that it like they fly stealth and it like disappears, and then not only the Quinjet does it, but then the helicarrier, they do it too. They disappear as well. They're like, oh, so we don't whatever. They reflect. Am I thinking of the right movie?
No, I think you're right. Isn't it in Winter Soldier?
Yeah,
because they have like those stealth ones that have like, is it like they just have like reflective stuff on them that you just can't see them?
Something like that.
I mean, I don't know.
That's my only question.
You still wouldn't be able to see it, but
right,
I mean,
fair.
Radar. I'm guessing it would still show up on radar because these things are fucking huge, but I don't know.
That's what I mean. That's my only thing.
In those movies, I don't remember them showing a radar screen and like, oh, it's gone. Plane's gone.
So basically, Wonder Woman fucked itself.
At least in the 1980s, their radar, I guess, couldn't pick it up.
So maybe that's another.
It. Maybe it doesn't deserve a dislike. But
I'm sorry.
I'm still going to pick a nit and I'm going to put it on there.
It sounds like I'm trying to, disprove you or whatever. I'm not. I just had a question.
I'm not immune to questions.
What'd your other dislike so I can question this shit?
Honestly,
just joking.
Kind of Chris Pine's inclusion in the movie.
Fair.
Because for one, they spoiled it in the trailers, and it also kind of gave them an excuse to depower Wonder Woman, to like depower Diana, because apparently that just tells me that Cheetah wasn't a big enough threat on her own to like fist fight her at the end. Because even when she got her golden armor out, it's like, I'm gonna whip this golden suit of armor out, which was in the trailers, and I'm gonna fight her in this armor. She was still kind of getting ragtag a little bit when she had it on.
Yeah.
When she took the wings off it, she's like, all right, I'm done taking hits. And then they fought, and she still beat the shit out of her.
Out of who? Cheetah?
Cheetah.
Oh, okay.
Because once she got her powers back, she couldn't touch her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because, like, I mean, in the only parts where she was shown, like, getting hit a little bit, she got shot a couple times, and it actually hurt her.
Yeah.
She wasn't as physically strong. She wasn't as fast, apparently. And she was having a hard time, like, flipping a truck or pushing around a moving vehicle on a highway or, I don't know, doing other feats of strength, pulling a lock off a door. But once she got her full strength back, Cheetah could not hold a candle to her.
No.
And it just seemed like it was kind of it kind of bummed me out. They're like, all right, all DC's characters are super, super powerful. Let's weaken them for a little bit and then let them come back and beat the shit out of somebody at full power. Because when she had her in the water at the end, she's like, would she renounce your wish or whatever? Or like undo your wish? No. All right, I'm going to hold you underwater while this fucking power line falls in, and it doesn't hurt me, but it'll fry the shit out of you.
So, to counter.
So my main beef with besides Chris Pine as being the convenient use of depowering her is DC's characters being so fucking overpowered that they have to depower them for the villain to hold like even a chance of beating them. Fair. But once they have their powers back, it's over. for the villain.
To counter, and I'm sorry.
Counter away.
I apologize.
Hit me.
I really not trying to counter
punch.
My only gripe with that would be that's every superhero though. Every superhero is somehow depowered. Somehow.
Okay.
So Iron Man loses his suit for half the movie, and then that's the only way. Like, you know what I mean? Like he loses his suit, so like he's just a regular guy. But then he shows off his genius, and that's what gets him the suit back. Even though he's having like a fucking anxiety attack every 5 minutes.
Oh, in the third one.
In the third one.
Yeah.
He loses like his power of flight and sight and aiming in the first one.
I would argue that his powers aren't even the suit, that his powers are his own, like, intelligence. And
Fair.
Also being rich, I guess.
Fair.
Because in the third one, when he loses the suits, because they're, like, taken from him, or they're destroyed. Or no.
In the
What
house.
happens in the third one?
He only has one suit.
They blow up the whole house. No, it's the second one that I'm thinking of, where, like, all the suits start coming back on their own. Like, the remote controls them. Or is that the third one?
I think that's Avengers. Ultron.
No, the one where the president... I think it's the second one. Where they have the president hung up in the Iron Patriot suit.
That's 3.
Is that 3?
Mm-hmm.
Because he does the house party protocol thing, and like all the other suits, like all his different actual suits start flying in, and he's like putting them on, and they're getting destroyed.
Yeah, that's 3.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's the one where Pepper puts on...
Yeah, that's right.
Rescue.
But yeah, I would say that his power isn't the suit; it's like his ability to build stuff and be intelligent. Okay. Because in the third one, he loses his suits, but he builds that like killer oven glove thing. Yeah, he rigs up the watch to do something.
Yeah,
he like just builds a whole bunch of.
But he's
like the potato.
But he's not as powerful as.
No, but he's still getting it done. At least in my opinion.
And to be fair, Wonder Woman was still getting it done.
Yeah,
but she was just not as powerful.
Yeah,
because she didn't really lose all of her powers.
No, she still had them, but like she was like losing them. It seemed like she was losing them more steadily.
So that was my one, like, whatever disagreement, I guess, or whatever. Mm-hmm. My other one would be, I just contribute that to one person being a warrior and the other not.
That's also fair.
The only reason why I think about that, and not just Wonder Woman, that's literally with everybody, because if you ever think about it, the person who knows how to fight wins. Bane won twice. The only reason why Batman lost is because he got shot by Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises. That's it. Like, he hurt Bane, don't get me wrong.
But he's also supposed to be the strongest person in the world.
Bane was
a master of every style of fighting, if you listen to the internet.
Fair.
In those bullshit videos where he would beat Captain America in a fight.
I don't know about that.
Garbage.
That's dumb.
Yeah. They said he would beat the Captain America in a fight, but he lost to Spider-Man. Which I say he would lose to both of them.
Oh, awesome.
In my opinion.
Absolutely.
If Bane can break your fucking back, Captain America can fuck you up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Spider-Man, no question.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, he grabbed Winter Soldier's arm.
And there was just another one done not too long ago where it was Batgirl versus Spider-Gwen. Batgirl got her shit kicked in.
Of course she should. She should have. Did you ever see the one where it was Batman versus Darth Vader?
Mm-mm.
So somebody made up a video
How badly
series.
did that end for Batman?
Oh, he died.
Did he even get close to him? Or did he just choke him out immediately?
That was the thing. It wasn't like somebody made like a kind of like a short of it, and it was just like they weren't really fighting. It was, I don't know, it was kind of weird. But at one point, Darth Vader standing on the edge of his ship, like in like the bay or something, and Batman is up with the bat wing, and he's just like, if you don't, whatever, I'm gonna throw a bomb in your ship or whatever. He goes here and like crushes and blows up his ship, and I was like, didn't expect that.
Silver.
I gotta find that video. I'll send it to you.
I would love to see it because as much as I enjoy Batman, I love seeing him get his shit kicked in.
It made my
day. He's not
day.
Untouchable.
It made my day.
You put him up against someone with real powers. Prep time.
Fuck
Throw them both in a room.
See who
Darth Vader would choke him out.
Yeah, easily.
You put Batman.
We saw Rogue One.
You put Batman in the room with the Emperor. He would lightning him to death.
Yes, fair.
Immediately.
Hey, but at least he can move his neck.
And probably choke him out. No, he couldn't. He wouldn't move his neck for long. You'd throw the whole Senate at him, and then he'd choke him out. One Batman fight coming up.
I don't mean to do whatever. So I'll let you keep going.
But no, I thought besides the whole thing of him being there to like weaken her,
yeah,
the storyline, I just thought it was weird that they take a dead character, bring him back, even though it's not really him apparently. It was another random dude who's probably just lost like a week of time or however long, over whatever span of time this movie lasted, a few days. Because he said he woke up on a strange, didn't know the word for futon, but like straight woke up on a futon in a strange house, was eating his Pop-Tarts, wearing his clothes, sleeping in his bed, drinking his coffee. This dude's probably going to think he has like some kind of brain damage or something because he's lost a chunk of time, because it wasn't actually like a resurrection. And I'm guessing no one else really noticed because it was just some random dude and no one else had met Steve Trevor before. He'd be like, oh, you used to be dead.
Yeah.
Everyone else would
70 years ago.
Yeah, everyone else was just like, oh, this is some dude who's punching me. Here's a guy who's stealing my planes.
That's also fair.
Or here's a guy who's whipping a silver tray at my face. Like, it makes me wonder if like anyone else was seeing Steve Trevor.
I don't think anybody saw Steve Trevor but her.
Yeah.
And I think she only saw him because of the wish.
And does that mean that the guy knew that he was or wasn't Steve Trevor? Like, was the man whose body he was in just like along for the ride?
Yeah, I think he was just like taking over.
Is he going to wake up with a couple of fucking sore spots from getting worked over by Secret Service guards?
So I don't know what's in your dislikes. And it's not necessarily my dislikes, but I have a question. It didn't reverse time.
Yeah.
This isn't Superman. So is everyone gonna know that all this happened?
Yeah.
Hey, drop dead, and she died and come back.
Yeah, did she get to come back to life?
I don't know. They
were giving her some CPR, but they did not show. They just showed the guy going, "Oh, I should not have said that."
Yeah, that's it.
Consequences. What?
Yeah,
magical.
So my thing is like they're like, oh, the warheads are disappearing and everything was turning back right.
Yeah.
How right?
Yeah.
I don't know that. I didn't get that answered.
Yeah.
Probably won't.
I mean, it's the end of the movie, so I wouldn't expect them. They probably would have needed a little more time to get through all that. But the main thing we got to see was Pedro Pascal making up with his son, which is great. But what was I complaining about?
I don't know.
Invisible jet, radar, Steve Trevor, kind of in the trailers for one, and kind of in general.
Whatever your next one is. Yeah.
I got a beef with the trailer again for the Golden Armor.
Yeah, fair.
Which really didn't turn out to be such a big thing.
It didn't.
But they still put it in the trailers. It was on the fucking, like, I guess I'd say poster.
Even though it was on the poster.
I haven't been in a movie theater in months, but it was on the screen of the movie when you were about to hit play. I'm pretty sure it was a picture of her in the armor.
I'm pretty sure it's on every ad of Wonder Woman.
It's in everything.
Yes.
And they were like, oh, it's, I thought it was going to be a bigger deal. And it was in like 5 to 10 minutes of a fight, and then that was it. And I was like, all right, whatever. I guess maybe I was thinking it was a bigger deal than it would have been. But still.
Yeah, fair.
Anything else would probably just be me picking a few more nits. Yeah. And I can't really think of anything else to complain about, so I'm gonna call it there on my dislikes.
Okay. All right, then.
So does that bring us to Slushie Meter?
That brings us to the Slushie Meter.
Okay.
I'll let you go first.
Oh,
do you want me to go first?
Sure. Oof. I feel like I already have a number in mind.
Damn it. I don't. I don't ever think about it.
Oh, I'll go first then.
I can make up one. It's fine. Yes, you are correct. Literally, the poster is her in the gold armor.
What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, and then the next poster is her with the fucking wings.
What the
with
fuck?
The Archangel wings.
If they put... I'm going to go back to it because it pissed me off. If they put Captain America holding Mjolnir on the poster for Age of Ultron, Endgame, I would have been very annoyed.
Yeah. That was a great movie moment, to be fair.
It was so good. We were sitting right next to each other in that theater, and I almost jumped out of my seat. And I still almost jump out of my seat when I watch it at home.
Yeah.
It still gives me goosebumps. Every time.
So I'm looking at some pictures from the movie, and I don't know if these are, like... Yeah. I don't know if these are because the movie's out, or... Because there's a lot of stuff in here that spoils a lot of shit. Oh my god. They were in the jet in like the second picture.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I hate people.
Once they were on that airfield and I saw that jet and like I saw the shape of it, I was like, that's gonna be the fucking invisible jet.
You thought that?
Yes.
I don't know anything about it. I literally know nothing about it.
Again, like, it's not a thing that I'm super familiar with, but I've seen enough stuff that, like, I'm pretty sure her jet had, like, the pointy nose with, like, the little, like, needle thing on the end of it. I was like, they're gonna... That's at least... Maybe that'll be the nod to it. I was like, maybe they won't turn it invisible, but that'll be the nod to her invisible jet. And then she started doing that thing with her hands. I was like, oh, they're gonna turn it fucking invisible?
I forgot about that. I didn't see her doing that at first.
Yeah, she's like...
I didn't know what she was doing. I was like... Because you were like, oh... And I was like... Wait, what's about to happen? She was like a cup, and then I saw like something in her hands. I was like, is she about to hide? You get this motherfucker? I was like, I can't wait. I was like, give me a fireball, give me a something.
Everybody wants to see me throw fireballs. It's not real life.
I was excited. Fireball. I was excited. I loved it. Anyway,
Smasher, Crasher, and Fireball.
I'm trying to think what... I'll let you go first because I don't know.
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember what I rated the first one. I feel like I gave it close to a 4. Or maybe I gave it a 3.5. It's somewhere between a 3 and a 4.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike this movie. I kind of like the first one a little more in some ways, and I like this one more in some other ways.
Fair.
Like, I feel like they both had their strong points, like, better than the other ones. I feel like this one was kind of more fun in some ways.
I do agree with that.
I don't know why. I love 80s settings of things. I think I love when things are colorful. I loved the music. I should have put in my likes, but it's too late, but I'm going to mention it now. The nods to all of her war buddies, Chief and Samir and Charlie and the dead lady whose name I can't remember. All of them, I love, like, because they were real quick, like, blink and you miss it moments.
Yeah, really, because I missed some of it.
Because they went back to Steve Trevor's photo like 4 fucking times in case you weren't sure he was going to be back already.
He's going to be in it?
Yeah. What? No. He'll be in the next one. He'll be in Wonder Woman 1999. He'll come back as Y2K or some shit.
That's hilarious.
No, I'm going to give it a 3.5. Again, I don't remember what I gave the first Wonder Woman.
Yeah, me neither.
But I want to say it was between like a high 3 and a 4. I'm going to give us 3.5. Which, when you compare it to the other ratings that we've seen, this is a 7 out of 10 by comparison.
This is a 7 out of 10.
So I'm going to give it that. And in this case, I guess I am basing it on those because it doesn't deserve that. It doesn't deserve the low ratings it got from those ones, in my opinion.
I mean, to be fair, that is just a 3. Or 5.8, or whatever it was.
5.8, yeah, that's less than a 3.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, it's fair.
2.9. I'm not going to give something a 0.9. I'm just either going to give it a 3, or I'm going to give it a 2.85. Because I think I gave something a 3.75.
I was just about to say, I wasn't going to say anything.
2.99 repeating.
6, 7.
3.5 for me.
I kind of want to say 3.5, but I think I liked it more because of bad reviews I saw. And
For spite.
That's the reason, seriously. That's the reason why I don't like looking at reviews before I watch a movie, because I will either hate it more or I will like it more. I'd never be like, yeah, I agree with you. I'm never that way, because I'm like, I don't want to agree with you because most people, not you, Chris, but you people, because I feel like my movie acumen is better than yours, so I'm not gonna agree with you.
You could say that yours is better than mine.
No, it's not. With you. It's not. No, you're the talent. You're Steven Stills. No. You're good.
I'm young Neil at best.
Yeah, no, but I like Neil, so it's okay. Definitely not.
I like young Neil.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Salt of the earth.
Let's save. Yes. So I believe I don't want to go 4, and I don't know why.
Yeah, same. I don't know why I couldn't give it a 4, but I did like it.
But I feel like a 3.5 is too low. So I want to do 3.75, but I never do that.
There's something in the middle there. 3.8?
3.9.
So do you want to feel bad for giving it too low or too high?
It's fair.
Or do you want to abandon your principles altogether Go right in the middle.
Exactly. Anything I do. I don't know. I don't know. 3.75.
And I'll take those 0.25 points off of your score.
Take exactly. But I 3.75. Okay. So that's a good 74-ish, 75%. I liked it. I like the Invisible. Actually, I'm gonna give it a 4.
There you go. Because the Invisible Jet.
Because the Invisible Jet. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because I was hype about that.
You were really excited about the Invisible Jet.
I was like, oh, because I did not expect it.
You were also really excited at the prospect of them doing a fucking Sunlight Jesus scene. And I was dreading it.
5.
You were getting so excited.
5.
And I was like, better not.
I was like, give me some Superman up in this. Yeah, you were praying for Batman. I'm like,
in the credit scene.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the end credit scene.
Let's talk about that real quick.
Linda Carter.
I thought it was honestly. Oh no, that's not the part I was thinking of. Yeah, but yeah, Linda Carter. No, I was thinking of the ending scene of the movie when that the handsome dark-haired gentleman was standing next to her, and I was like, for a brief second, I thought it was Henry Cavill.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, wait a minute, he's not in the 80s.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah.
Linda Carter comes back in the end credit scene. Yeah. Spoiler. Should we do spoiler after or before?
We've been saying.
No, I'm just fucking.
We've already said it a couple times.
This happened. Spoiler alert.
So Luke's dad is Darth Vader. Get that. Oh yeah, spoiler
alert. Yeah. So no, I thought it was a great nod to her being Asteria who owned the gold suit.
Yeah.
So
she probably hawked it at some point.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was like, I'm out.
To buy a golder suit.
My TV show's over. I need money or something. I don't know. But either way, yes. So I'm gonna give it a 4 because of the Invisible Jet. Because as the ending was happening, I was like, I like this, but I don't know if I do. But I'm content with it. I was content with the ending, so I was like, okay, cool, that worked out. Because it's not like you said, and that's what made me like think about the ending and go, you know what, okay. But it wasn't a knockout, drag out battle that needed to happen. So the fact that she was able to talk it out and use her compassion, which Wonder Woman has,
and the lasso of truth,
I was like, it was her compassion that was speaking through the truth, which I love how they set that up in the beginning. They're like, I'm not lying. He goes, no, but she was like, no, but you can also see the truth. And I was like, and then when it came into the end, I was like, oh, well, this makes a lot of sense now. I was like, oh,
you can see what was important to him.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Well, him and the other people, because he was, projecting his whatever.
His particles.
So it made sense. That's the thing. That's why I need to see the reviews from other people, because I'm like, dude, this makes sense. I understand.
Because 2 things from way earlier in the movie came back at the very end and became pretty important.
It did. And that's a movie.
Because that line where it's like, oh, you can also see the truth, I kind of saw it as a throwaway line.
Same.
And until you just said it just now, I didn't really even think about that. Exactly. Of him seeing it. I just thought like the thing was wrapped around him. So he was like, speaking. Like I thought like it was him like finally like telling the truth to everybody. But apparently through images. I don't fucking know what I thought, but I didn't think it was that.
I loved it. I was like, okay. Yeah. So I'm doing 4 because it was a good movie. And
what did I say? 3.5?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3.75. Honestly, I'm going to amend it because now that you're saying all these, you're making really good points.
Thank you.
I'm going to bump it up a little bit. 3.75.
Hell yeah.
Good for Wonder Woman 84.
Good. Yeah, absolutely.
And if you didn't like this movie, do you have no heart?
I would have to say what you always say.
Do you have no soul?
Make a better one.
I can't.
But not you. I'm saying them.
That's usually my thought. Like, can I do it better? No. I can make you a better trailer.
Well, I made a better trailer earlier in this episode that was way better, and I didn't mention Trevor, Noah, Steve, whoever.
No.
I didn't mention him at all.
No.
Why do you need multiple trailers? Is that something that people will ask for?
I don't know.
Give me one trailer.
I feel like back in the day, movies didn't used to get more than one.
Yes.
You'd see the same trailer. Let's say you went and saw 2 movies in 1 week. You'd see the same fucking trailer for that movie each time, which is still a possibility at the movie theater. But let's say you go and see a movie, first trailer for a movie's out, and then next time you go see another movie, second trailer for that same movie that has not yet come out might get shown in the theater. Bullshit.
That never happened.
Don't like that.
And here's the thing, the thing I think that was different was, okay, Home Alone trailer. He's home alone. There's people trying to rob him. His parents realize they forget him. That's the trailer. That's it. There's some hijinks that happen. That's it. You don't get anything spoiled. Probably not. I don't know.
They don't spoil that the old man's nice.
Yep, they never do that. The second trailer, if they made a second trailer, so the first trailer would be Home Alone. First trailer would be Home Alone, him home alone, Macaulay Culkin doing some stuff, parents forgetting him, burglars, and what's going to happen. Those are the 4 things. Mm-hmm. Second trailer would be what's going to happen, burglars, parents forgetting him showing being home alone. Third trailer, they would just mix shit around. Yeah. Because I noticed that, like, if you ever watch old movies, they used to do trailers before the videotapes. Mm-hmm. Well, if you watch old movies, that's literally what it is. They would show different trailers.
Coming soon to home video.
Exactly. And it would just be trailers switched. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Which is fine.
Just switch it up. That's it. So I'm like, oh,
nowadays they're like, how much of this movie can we spoil without showing you, like, the last scene of the movie? But still spoil a lot of stuff for you.
Civil War. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
Civil War.
Here's Black Panther.
Black Panther's going to be in it.
Here's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's going to be in it.
And here's your 2 favorite characters that don't get along.
The only thing they didn't spoil, which I know you appreciate it, I really didn't care, was Giant Man.
Yes.
That's it.
And it was amazing for me.
But somebody told me, I thought it was you, but you said it wasn't you. Somebody was like, there was a toy, and they showed it was Giant Man in the toy store, and that's how they knew it was going to be Giant Man. I'm like, that's shitty too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, oh, new toys coming out. It was Giant Man was one of them.
Bullshit.
Like, what? That's stupid. So, enough about the trailers. For me.
Can you imagine if... Okay, when The Mandalorian came out, this is related because Pedro Pascal.
Hey. Even if it's not.
When that came out, I think the whole first season had aired before they put out merchandise for it.
I think you're right.
Because, it wasn't also like... Was it episodic release, the first one, or was it all at once?
Yeah, no, it was
I'm pretty sure the whole first season aired before they're like, all right, here's Baby Yoda toys. Because here's all this other shit.
The funny thing is, the whole season was about Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And they still had trouble putting out Baby Yoda stuff after. Mm-hmm. Because they didn't have enough time to put it out for Christmas.
Yeah.
So there was nothing.
Yeah.
And it came out in either November or December.
I want to say it was like October, November, something like that. So when it first started airing, it went like through...
They were like...
I think it ended like right before Christmas.
They were like, you guys want toys of this thing? And they were like, yes.
Well, you'll buy them in a month.
They were like, well, we'll send them to you in February.
Fucking did.
Fuck yeah. Everybody has a Baby Yoda
thing.
Can
you imagine if before the series even aired an episode, Mandalorian toys, oh great, I've known this show's been coming out for a while. Let's see what it's about. And there's a fucking Baby Yoda figure on the store shelf at Target or Walmart or Toys R Us, if they still existed. Right. And you went in there and saw that, you're like, what the fuck is that?
Same.
I gotta watch this show.
Or it probably was like Yoda as a kid.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the timeline? Yeah. Oh, okay. Hey, we're looking for something.
There would have been no surprise.
Right. Nothing.
I like to be surprised by things.
I do too, especially movies.
I love the idea of a gift because
the idea of it.
Yes, I don't love when people give me gifts all the time because I apparently have some weird fucking pride in me that hates receiving a gift. But I love the idea of you giving me a box and saying, this is something for you that I know you'll like, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Same. I agree.
And I get to see the stupid look on your face when you open it up and see it, and you get to go,
you're going to make that stupid She's going to make that.
She will make that face. She will make that face. That's the joy I get of giving somebody a gift. If Jon Favreau gave me that gift and told me ahead of time, like, here's a box, there's a Baby Yoda inside, I'm like, the fuck is that? I'd still be surprised because they wouldn't know what it was.
I'd be surprised. Like, Jon Favreau?
Yeah, I'd be like, Jon Favreau, when'd you get here? Am I in the set of Iron Man? Am I in the set of Spider-Man Far From Home?
Spider-Man 3?
Hopefully.
Where's the Spider-Mans at? Spider-Mans. Plural.
Spider-Mans.
No, I listen. You already know how I feel. Civil War, Batman vs Superman. Mm-hmm. I don't care. Speaking of this, has to do because it's Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman got spoiled.
Yeah.
I can go on and on. I hate trailers. I almost don't want to watch them anymore.
That's why I'm now one and done, and I feel like even that could be pushing it in some instances.
It did. Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Yeah, in this case, yeah.
It did.
And
dumb. Fair. Okay.
I feel like the next movie that comes out that I care about seeing, I'm like, oh, it exists. It's going to exist. Just give me a date, and I don't want to watch anything.
Here's the only movie I can think coming out soon that you're not going to watch a trailer for.
Me?
Yep. That you are not going to watch a trailer for.
What?
Black Widow. Because you've already seen one.
I've already seen a trailer for it.
I don't know if you remember
I've already forgotten a lot of it.
Exactly.
And I'll keep it that way.
Exactly.
Because I already know who the villain is.
I kind of don't.
I know that she's in it. I know they showed some members of her supposed family. Yeah. I saw who I'm pretty sure is the villain in the movie. And that's all I need.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I kind of remember now. Shoot, now we're talking about it. Yeah. But still, yes.
You remember who it is?
I don't.
Okay. But I won't refresh.
It's okay. Yeah, don't. Because I don't know, but I kind of know. Mm-hmm. But it's somebody who can not shapeshift, but can mirror moves or something.
Yep.
That's all I know about it. Because I think I asked you, like, what is that? I don't know what that means. But it looked good. I do remember that. Not the movie, because fuck Scarlett Johansson and Black Scarlet, which whatever it is, Black Widow.
She should be able to play any race of character. Wasn't that what she said?
In that movie. I really don't want to watch that movie. I just don't.
I want to see it mostly for the post-credit scene, because they're either going to bring her back or they're going to tease the next movie. And one of those things I care a lot more about than the other one.
What's the next movie?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That's what I would hope. Like, hopefully they're either going to tease like something from the next upcoming movie, or they're like, oh, well, here's how we're bringing it back, or it could be a clue about how the Soul Gem works.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't care either way.
I just want to, again, my whole thing is I want to see the post-credit scene. If I have to sit through an okay movie to get to it.
You say okay.
Fine. It could be good. We'll see.
Could be bad.
It could be bad. It could be good. It could get a 5.8 on IMDb and deserve it. It could get a 5.8 on IMDb and not deserve it. We'll see.
Speaking of, that was our review of WW84, Wonder Woman 84.
I thought you were going to say F.
Oh.
Or something. No. WWF. World Wildlife Foundation, before someone tries to sue us.
Yeah, with the pandas,
yes,
right?
The pandas with the folding chairs.
Yeah, that's fair. Pandas with the folding chairs. Oh, shoot. Either way. That was Wonder Woman 84. 1984, or whatever you call it. 3.75 for you?
I bumped it up.
4.0 for me. Not indicative of my schooling.
What?
Did not get a 4.0. Okay. Other than that, we will be going back to our Star Wars saga.
In case you were worried.
Next up is Rogue One.
What?
Yeah. That's where we're at in the...
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes.
I gotcha.
That is where you guys are at.
Yeah.
We may have already,
maybe
not.
We're in a galaxy far, far away.
Very far away from that. So, either way, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Slushie Review Podcast. Twitter, Slushie Review. YouTube page. I forgot about that. Also, Slushie Review. What else you got?
I have nothing. I don't know. I bring nothing to this. I produce nothing.
That's fine. That's okay though. But you show up, you do your talent, and then you leave. That's okay. That's all I need from the talent. And that's it.
Show up, I do a little dance.
That's all right.
Everybody goes home happy.
Make a little love. Get down
tonight.
That's not what we do.
Not tonight.
Either.
That's not what I'm doing tonight.
Any night. Either way. Other than that, this podcast is going far too long. This has been Keith.
And this has been Chris. And I talked last.